Welcome to Swim Life Pro's video series on learning how to swim the complete breaststroke. For beginner swimmers who are concerned with not being ready to start the breaststroke, please check out our free video tutorial on the basics of buoyancy at www.swimlifepro.com. The breaststroke is one of the 4 primary racing strokes used among competitive swimmers. In addition, this stroke can and is often used for leisure and cardio workouts. The breaststroke can be divided into 4 distinct parts: the pull, the breath, the kick, and the glide. Together, these 4 parts encompass the entire stroke and must be performed strictly in this order to have a complete and correct stroke. The breaststroke by nature is analytical. Having any one of the 4 parts, the pull, the breath, the kick, or the glide, out of order or missing will hinder your ability to swim the stroke correctly. However, in order to learn the proper breaststroke cycle, we have found it more useful to work backwards, from the end to the beginning. The most important part of the breaststroke is seemingly the easiest part: the glide. The glide for the breaststroke is essential as it allows the power from each kick to move you through the water in the most efficient way possible. Unfortunately, the glide is easily skipped by beginner swimmers as it feels unnecessary. It is important when first learning the breaststroke to overemphasize the glide in order to create good habits early on. The glide is a stationary body position in the water. For the duration of the glide, your whole body should remain still and relaxed. Perform the glide by comfortably reaching both arms straight in front of your head, with both palms facing in towards each other. Keep your chin and eyes pointed towards the bottom of the pool. Your head should rest comfortably just at the surface of the water with your ears submerged. Your legs should be straightened together with your knees and ankles relaxed. While swimming the breaststroke, the easiest and most common mistake made among beginner swimmers is having your head in the wrong position. Always be sure to resist the temptation to look forwards. What you do with your head directly affects what the rest of your body is capable of swimming correctly. Of the 4 racing strokes, the front crawl, the back crawl, the breaststroke, and the butterfly, the breaststroke is overwhelmingly regarded as the slowest stroke. It is important that you treat this stroke as such. It is common to feel as if you are going slowly when first learning to swim the breaststroke. This is completely normal. While swimming the breaststroke, you will be using a motion called the breaststroke kick. This is a symmetrical, full leg kick that is derived from the hips. The breaststroke kick is unique in that it is the only racing stroke that has a more powerful kick than the pull. Due to the high power of the kick, it is important to kick correctly and with precision. For the breaststroke kick, there are 2 feet positions that are necessary for you to know: the flexed foot and the pointed foot. For the flexed foot, stand on any flat surface and try to raise your toes off the ground as high as you can. This will closely resemble the flexed foot while swimming the breaststroke. For the pointed foot, bring the top of your feet in line with your shins, pointing your toes away from your knees. Additionally, there are 2 separate phases for the breaststroke kick: the power phase, which creates the majority of the forward velocity of the kick, and the recovery phase, which resets your leg in preparation for the next kick. Inside the power and recovery phases, the breaststroke kick can be broken into 3 separate parts: the up flex, out flex, and around point. Collectively, these 3 parts combine to make one fluid motion from beginning to end. The first 2 parts of the breaststroke kick, the up flex and the out flex, combine to make the recovery phase. At the beginning of the recovery phase, the up flex, your legs should be straightened together with your knees and feet relaxed. Start the recovery phase by bringing your knees to directly below your hips, while simultaneously widening your legs so that your knees are roughly shoulders width apart. Bend your legs at the knees, bringing your heels as far up towards your buttocks with flexed feet as comfortably possible. It is important to remember that during the entire breaststroke kick, your feet should never exit the water. If you discover that while kicking, your feet create splashing at the surface of the water, stop and try again. This time making sure your knees drop lower towards the bottom of the pool during the up flex. The second part of the recovery phase, the out flex, is the most important part of the breaststroke kick. The out flex determines how much power your legs will be able to kick with. During the out flex, keep your knees at shoulders width, only allowing your legs and feet to move outward. Start the out flex by rotating your feet away from the center of your body, maintaining flexed feet, while simultaneously driving your feet as far away from each other as comfortably possible. The further you bring your feet away from each other during the out flex, the more power you will be able to kick with for the power phase. Leading into the power phase, your feet should remain as flexed as possible. The power phase of the breaststroke kick, the around point, requires a strong and precise kick. Remember, the breaststroke is unique in that it is the only racing stroke that has a more powerful kick than the pull. Your feet for the around point follow a wide set sweeping motion back to the beginning of the recovery phase. Start the power phase by driving your feet backwards in a symmetrical sweeping motion, giving emphasis to the sole of your feet staying flat against the direction of your kick. As your flexed feet reach full outward extension, finish the around point by turning the soles of your feet in towards each other, bringing both feet together with power and symmetry to the glide position. For the entire around point, it is important to keep your knees no greater than shoulders width apart. This will help to create a stronger, more effective kick. The breaststroke kick is one fluid motion from beginning to end. Create a quick and powerful kick. Do not create three separate motions with your legs, such as the triangle kick or the pike kick. These types of kicks will yield much less forward movement. The breaststroke kick has only one kick. Adding extra kicks to make yourself go faster will actually make you do the opposite, hindering the effectiveness of the stroke as a whole. Along with the breaststroke kick, the entire breaststroke is completely symmetrical. If you find that both halves of your body are doing different motions, reassess your stroke and try again. An effective way to learn the breaststroke properly is by starting off with the fundamentals of the stroke. Try practicing the glide and kick only, while emphasizing your head and body posture. Remember, the breaststroke is meant to be slow. An effective exercise for you to practice is to hold your glide for at least 2 seconds in between each kick. This will allow the strength of your kick to carry you through the water in the most efficient way possible. For learning the pull and breathing of the breaststroke, please make sure to check out our second video of the breaststroke series, as well as our other video tutorials on each of the 6 official strokes and treading water at www.swimlifepro.com.